Well, I just made a fool of myself to kick things off. Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. I was saying Penguin Lord, sorry I'm wearing my Steelers sweatshirt. And then I said good morning. Saul, Godly Trades, Donovan, Jason. Already slapped the like button before the live stream started. That's how to do it. And then a bunch of people told me I'm muted. uh, anyway, it's always getting everything relaunched after the weekend is always a little rocky. But hey, we're back. Greetings from Germany. What's up, name? When's the next Daniel versus Matt video? I get asked that like daily, and I think he does too. I don't think we have any plans to do one. I think we're just gonna do our own thing, you know. It was fun, but you get it. Kaffa, good morning. Jeremy, morning. We all make clothing mistakes. This was no mistake. I mean, maybe you've seen some off season moves we've been making, but Steelers, might actually have a chance of being decent this next year here. Joel, what's up? How's it going? Miris, what's up? Slaya, what up? Hey Dan, what's up? Oh boy. Let's market's opening here in about 3 minutes. Steven, good morning. Commander, what's up? Eagles fan, you can have small hands back. Oh man, come on. Yeah, I'm not Pickett was such a letdown. I thought he was pretty terrible. I had I had hopes for him. But he did not look good at all. Am I using Bookmap often? I definitely have it up on this my monitor right above my charts. I'm constantly checking in with it. Very tempted for shorts here. Yeah. This first things first. I would personally, I'm probably favoring just a little bit more to the short side, but I'm not going to trade the open, so I will not be. But instead, I'm going to watch for some strength from one side. I'm looking for how my levels get interacted with. Here we are on a 2 hour. And so I had this consolidation area from the 12th and 13th here. That was like some resistance. So I marked that on my chart. Right now we're through that. And then I wouldn't be surprised if, we end up retracing all the way back to the start of FOMC. We'll see. But I have a couple supply zones, a couple demand zones down there. Not a lot in between. So I don't have a ton of structure to work with. Same for ES, really. Same kind of thing. Market's open in less than a minute. How are you drawing those green levels? Like the lines or the boxes? The boxes I use support and resistance on MotiveWave. And so that's support, and then I made the default be a green box like that. And then I use a labeled line for my other things. And I make templates based off supply and demand zones that I use a lot. So that's how I do my lines. So I just answered the bullish or bearish. I think, in general, I'm bullish on the market, but things are starting to slow down a bit. I'm moving into more of a sideways kind of, it's not just all systems go right now. But I am interested to look at the downside this morning. It's possible we could play a reversal. If the selling is strong, I would look to hop on a trend down. So just let the market develop. And the market is open, by the way. Are the drones drawn from consolidation? Yes, Stephen, a lot of them are. A lot of the boxes are like consolidation or just like a block of support or resistance, something of interest where from previous structure where I feel like price might slow down, might chop around, might turn around. Um, just given, again, I always say this, just giving me like a roadmap for price, something something to gauge how what price is doing where. Dude, man, bro, what's up? Uh, Glad to see you back. I remember the name. It's very memorable. Yeah, still at it. A lot of bumps in the beginning. Yeah. Hey, it's everyone's got those bumps, and a lot of people are way closer probably than they think to success if they just keep at it. Joel, you're back in the UK from New York. Hope you had a good trip. You love NYC. You want to move there? I find New York City to be, I mean, it's fun, a lot of energy, but I find it very exhausting when I'm there. I'm always just there for like, between 1 and like 3 days. And it just always feels like kind of a marathon. And I've stopped there a couple times on my way to Europe. Just like stayed there like overnight. And that's always just a blur too. So it's like, um, yeah, I don't know. I get tired by there's so many people in such a small place, the congestion. It feels, it's so different than LA to me. There's such different kinds of cities. Yeah, if you're from London, I guess you're pretty used to it. Yeah, Rachel and I went to London on our honeymoon uh, back in 20. Gotta get this right. 2018. Yeah, 2018. All right. Let's see. ES back above 52.80. NQ around the 70s. Just letting this settle down before I get into anything. We're only 3 minutes into the market open. Honest thoughts about London? We had a great time. We were only there for maybe a couple days, so it was a very brief visit, but it was fun. Heading over to the library. Let's see. This is ES I'm looking at. Got 157 lots at 52.80. Slicing through, eating some liquidity above right now at the 81s, 82s. If we're getting a lot of buying coming in at the 80s and we're unable to hold and push above it, I would think shorting to the downside would be optimal. Zumek, what's up? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Want to go to LA and Vegas on your bucket list? Yeah. I mean, I love LA. I'm all about that sunshine. Jason, sounds like you're kind of concurring with what I'm saying as bulls need to push above and hold in order to prevent sell-off to FOMC breakout level. Yeah. If all this strong buying is coming in at the 80s, you want to see those bulls get rewarded by price moving up above VWAP. Getting something out of that. Because if they're doing all this buying right here, and we just head back down lower, all these buyers, these late buyers, are now going to be trapped. So that's what we're watching for. Carlos, good morning. Jeff, good morning. Saul, China's on your bucket list. All right. Steven says LA felt a lot more chill than New York. I think it is a lot more chill in a few ways. For one, there's just, it's quieter. It's a little less dense. We're more sparsely, spread out across a lot more land. But it's still very dense, just, over more land. So a little bit more open sky above, The downtown skyline's nothing to compare to New York. Oh man, Rachel said you guys have 2 minutes to like the stream, or I will call your mothers. She can be very stern on the phone. I would like that stream if I were you guys. Just one man's opinion. You do not want to be on the receiving end of Rachel's wrath. Just kidding. So we're still at 52.81 on ES. I want to see this pop up to VWAP here. She does not play mirrors. No, she's very serious. Jeff's a smart guy. He smashed that like to stay out of trouble. There you go, Jeff. 130 of you are playing with fire. That's all I'm going to say. Playing with fire. All right. NQ looks like it might be heading back lower here. ES as well. So all that buying, man, that did not pay off just yet. Five Ways, what's up? Good day. Cut the hair? Nah, I just put it under my hat. How do you day trade as far as knowing the math and selling at peak? I don't even know what that means. I don't use too much math, to be honest. I rarely sell just at the peak. Yeah, Katzen, Easter week, a lot of accounts are getting crucified this week. Oh, okay, that's one way to look at it. It is a short week, guys. Friday, markets are closed for Good Friday, so not expecting a whole lot. Monday is going to be the day after, Easter, obviously, so I wouldn't expect a lot from that market either. So, it could be, like, to me, it's more of like a size down, really snipe your entries, not just taking stabs left and right. I mean, I'm not expecting a whole lot out of this, out of like price this week. How you pay for a platform subscription? I did 4 payments of the order flow one. I didn't lease it. I just did the purchase, outright purchase. Okay, 5 ways. Exclamation point. Start in the chat. I think we'll link you to just a video about getting started that I made. Can't use financial derivatives to predict a certain maximum that the stock will go. Me personally, no. Someone smarter than me, sure. Maybe. But I'm not trading just normal equities. I'm trading futures, and I don't really. I think fundamentals only going to get you so far, and that's I don't really trade based off any of that. That's all I can say. Can I explain what I'm looking at there? Hang on one sec. This is kind of interesting. Wow. Yeah, heading lower, just like I was saying up here. Look at how we have the bubbles here. The bigger the bubble, the more volume was transacted at that level. So we have orders; they are getting filled, and there was a decent amount of buying coming in, and still unable to push above 52.82, and so then we move lower. So again, those buyers are not getting rewarded by a higher price, and that's what I was looking for, is a sign that you could probably scalp short if we don't break out above. So we're looking at liquidity essentially. We're looking at limit orders on the books. Right here at 52.75.50, we have 458 orders. Those are buy orders sitting below price right now, and you can see if these orders are actually going to get filled or not, or if they're going to pull them. We can sit here and watch. So let's see if these guys are actually real buyers. It looks like they are, wanting to get filled. There we go. A little bit got transacted there, not that much. Let's see, we dipped into this order block, filled a few orders, back above it now, and ooh, sliced down. Again, there's still 300 lots sitting at 52.75 and a half. Back on the sticks here, I do have, let's see, I do have a trend line, downward sloping trend line here that we're coming into on NQ. I'm not saying that it's like a bounce spot or anything like that, but just a point of interest I have in my chart that's originated from over here on the 21st. And so you can see it's been respected three times since then. And so I just have it on my chart. We can see what happens here, whether it gets just blown through, or maybe it gets us a little bit of a bounce. I do want to look back on Bookmap here. Orders are getting filled, and there we go. The order block is gone. And making our way underneath it now. Cool. So the 52.80, 81-ish was a great short on ES. Felix, your video with Carmen was really great. It was good watching you guys take multiple trades and explaining the process. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Thanks. Did you pay for mentorship or figure this out by yourself? I actually did pay to be in Carmine Rosato's course, and he did a mentorship that I was a part of. So that probably had the biggest impact for me. I paid for that. But then I also spent a few years trying to figure stuff out on my own. So it's honestly a combination of, combination of things. Miras, all right, you're back. You caught the short, back to your day job. All right, nice job. So FOMC on NQ is down here, the pre-FOMC level there. On ES, we are down, right here. I guess it's probably actually, I need to go to the 15-minute. And yeah, okay. And I have demand zones right there too. So that's what we'll be watching this morning. See if we get down in there. So far, that short is paying nicely. Carmine Risotto? No, it's Carmine Rosado. Felix, I just finished a book this weekend. Very good book called Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogard. Definitely recommend it. I have a lot of. I highlighted the crap out of that book. I have a lot of notes on my phone of highlighted quotes and stuff. It's a really good book. It really focuses on the mental side. So if you feel like you would be a great trader if you didn't self sabotage, I would definitely read that book as soon as possible. I rented mine. I just borrowed it from the library, so it was free. If you are in the US, I use the app Libby. If you have a library card, you can get access to like ebooks and stuff like that as they're available, and you can just borrow them for free. That's what I did. Is it worth trying to figure things out on your own? Depends. Well, I mean, it's doable. I would say, like, if you have some disposable income and you're really serious about it, you know, if there's someone that trades like how you want to trade, maybe they could help keep you focused on what you need to learn. But either way, it's gonna be a lot of work. There's no, you can't cut out the hard work involved. So there's no real shortcuts. I mean, there are just ways to like kind of stay on the right path. If you go on your own, maybe you'll get distracted by this new indicator or this strategy or this instrument. So ideally, find what you're most interested in as soon as possible. Like I didn't come to futures for it took maybe a year or two into my trading journey is when I started getting interested in futures. Jordy says Al Brooks books and course are super boring but very helpful. Yeah, Al Brooks is like the freaking godfather of price action. Raw or JPEG or 35 millimeter or day trading. That's like saying, do you like, let's see, what is that like saying? It's such a strange comparison. I can like multiple things, you know. I can like photography and day trading. There's such different, they access such different parts of your personality and your brain and stuff. This is my personal account right now. I might switch over to Apex in a little bit. I don't have any videos on times and sales. I don't use time and sales like that. You know, I don't just look at the time sales window. Yeah, Orion, you use Motive Waves heat map, completely legit heat map. I mean, it's think about it. It's like kind of mostly the same information. Um, you know, it's from the DOM. It's from level two. Um, you know, you're seeing very similar things as to what Bookmap is showing you. Like you were saying, the replay feature on Bookmap is awesome. So if there was a big move, if there was a move that maybe you felt like, I mean, you wanted to see what happened on level two, you wanted to see what happened in Bookmap specifically, so that you can start to recognize that happening and maybe take advantage of the next time that happens. You know, at the end of the day, on the weekend, whatever, you can just replay that data on Bookmap, and you know, you can really learn a lot by doing so. So for me, I love that. But you know, it's up to you. I don't know what you know, how much you want to spend on like trading stuff. You know, so Best Loser Wins is the name of the book, Stephen. For those of you that are interested or that like are on Motive Wave or maybe interested in trading this platform, over the weekend I did spend it writing a Motive Wave video on how I set it up from scratch, you know, going into every possible thing that I do at least. And I also learned a little bit about it too because I knew I had to understand a few concepts that I was a little rusty on. So it's kind of like in school, if the teacher ever makes you like for a project or something, like teach the class. Teaching is such a great way to learn for yourself. So um, whenever I do something like that, I end up learning a lot too. So that Motivate video is written. I did the screen recording for it. So it should go out next week, I think. I feel like it's going to be it's going to be on the longer side, because it's going through configuring preferences, etc. There's not a lot of Motivate references out there, as you probably know if you have looked around at all. It's pretty much just like Motivate themselves posting stuff. But so I kind of wanted to. It's like an overlooked platform. I feel like they probably don't do the best job with marketing and everything. So that was worthwhile. All right, so this is kind of interesting. We are now back into the 81 level from earlier. This ended up with a VWAP tap on ES. So you can see, like now, we pretty much cleared out those order blocks. Buyers really now want this to hold above the 80 now for more upside. Earlier I was thinking if we get back up here, it's a second chance short if we're just going to fall back into the range. Yeah, exactly, Stephen. Motivate has good documentation, but um, like I like seeing a video. Like I'm a visual learner. Like reading the documentation with the screenshots and stuff is fine, but I really like seeing it. Someone walk through actually doing it. Just have to wait here. I can't yet be convinced that we'll just, if I sell short, I can't be convinced that we're just gonna fall back in the range, head lower. Like we just had a nice buy up. So I want to see what we do here. VWAP, do we poke through it? Grind a little higher. So I can't short just yet. I also don't want to be too, I don't want to be attached to the bias too much. Like I'm not like overall, I'm not bearish. I was just thinking I could capture some downside, but right now this trend line on NQ did hold up, and provided us a little bounce, and working through that liquidity at 81 on ES. As long as we're holding up there, I'm not feeling bearish or anything. Any trades yet, chat? Curious to know how you're trading this. Anyone catch that? I think at least one person in the chat said they shorted and then they went back to their day job. But anyone catch this bounce off the, let's see, 20s? Yeah, nice bounce off the 20s there. That was good for 60 points. John got the short, waiting for next setup. Nice. Saul, you're shorting this? All right. Jordy got 6R on CL1. Nice. Miguel short from 52, 81, 75. Looking for 10 points and then buy up once we break the 70% long. Okay. Oh, your footprint chart won't load, Penguin. Mine, on Motivate, my footprint charts get a little, not lately, I guess, but they used to get a little funky. I felt like they weren't getting good data. But now that I'm on like a nice rhythmic data feed, they work pretty well. If 80 holds here, like I'd rather play the long side. Oh, I forgot. Forgot to get music going. Just a slow Monday start for me. I was wondering why it was so quiet. Oh, music is not a buy or sell signal. It's just it's a chop. That's what that means. Is it new home sales again? I don't think you'll get much from that. 20 seconds till that news, but I would be surprised if it's volatile. What's up, T? I'm not looking for a short. I'm looking for a long, pretty much. AF80s hold here. I'm trying to decide if I want to take it on NQ or ES. ES feels a little cleaner to me, but in general, I like playing NQ. Sonka, thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate the support. I mean, I think news came out and nothing really happened. We are right under VWAP. A lot of people don't like going long at this kind of, as we chop underneath the VWAP, understandably. But I wouldn't be surprised if we poke through here and go higher to our supply zone at 52.90, 9 points away. Mike, I did after Stream Friday. I took a couple more trades and gave back a little bit of that profit on Apex. I was a little bummed out. I was at 51,000, and then now I'm back 5,800 maybe. Is the market open still? Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe they just closed early. Everyone just went home, decided to go back to sleep. Again, you know, short week, 4-day week. It's hard to expect a lot out of there's not going to be a lot providing volatility. You know, last week we had FOMC, and then since then we haven't really done much. Back under 52.80 now. Sorry about your connection issues, Penguin. But yeah, don't want to mess around with that and get screwed over, so probably best just to call it trading day. Just seems like strong rejection on the tape on the down moves right now, but I don't like the action right now. Yeah. I feel like this little wick lower was to stop out some longs. And yeah, before the move, so I'm still feeling long side here. And I actually like that we did that. Makes me more bullish, to be honest. I'm going to try a long here on ES. Uh-oh. No. Cross trading to micros. I'd rather be in the full mini on this one. I'm going to take that trade off. See if I can get a even better entry here. Always got to check if you're in motive wave, if you're cross trading or not. All right, back in long here. This may be a long trade to sit in. We'll see. I might be asking too much. Asking for 9 points out of this market might be a little too much. Basis for this one, it just felt right. No, I'm just kidding. Here's what I wanted to see off the morning. Was a dip lower, test, see if buyers are still engaged. We got that. Buyers were engaged. And so right now, I am just looking for, I mean, there's a lot of volume being transacted up here. So I'm playing, like speculating a breakout now above VWAP and head back to, if you look at previous price structure, I'm not expecting a lot of movement in either direction. I'm expecting us now to kind of revert back up to previous structure here. So I feel like it's a valid play, but we'll see if we get the, it could be pretty choppy and just not be one of those days where you're able to scalp clean moves, It's all you're shorting? All right. Who knows? I mean, you could be right. I could be wrong. I'm wrong plenty of times. But I would rather play the long side. Random question: what really got you into trading? I don't want to say Wall Street bets. I think it was just options in general. I thought were just I never heard of. Well, I heard of them, but I never really knew how they worked. I didn't realize how crazy it could get, and that was like that piqued my interest. And then I actually made money doing it, and then I was like, oh, I should really figure this thing out because obviously you can make money with it. That's what I thought. Sonka wants says 75 held pretty strong pre-market, so I want buyers to step in based on the discount right now. But then again, what do I know? Sounds like we're both on the favoring the long side. What macro indicators do you look at? Do you follow the Federal Reserve? And no, I don't. Every once in a while, I look at the dollar. I look at VIX futures for sure. But I honestly don't. I'm in trades so for such a short time. I don't think a lot of those indicators. It's important to know, like you might be, whether to expect volatility or not, or if you should, you don't want to be in a trade going into some big news announcement, things like that. But otherwise, VIX futures. Every once in a while, I'll check the dollar. But again, there's like a little divergence for 20 minutes while I'm in a trade. Like I don't. It just doesn't. It doesn't really factor in for me. Have you up now on ES? I want to see us punch through it. On Bookmap, this is like what I like seeing when I'm long, is I like seeing a breakout from a level, like break above a level, and then I like seeing a bunch of orders now flow in underneath it, supporting that. That to me is, it's not like nothing's like a sure thing or anything, but it just feels, it's a little bit a bump in confidence when a lot of other people are now interested in buying this level, at least from the limit order, which who knows, those orders could be pulled at any time. But that's what I like to see, though. I like to see that fill in right underneath after we break above this level. Jim, I do trade options every once in a while. TBH, I thought your channel at first would be like a CoffeeZilla type thing. Cool to see a totally transparent guy sharing his trading journey. I was wondering that too, to be honest. If I wanted to do more of like there's like scam busters or whatever. But I think there's many of them doing that already, and it's not as interesting to me. FF's sorry, sorry I'm late, my queen. No worries. Show up whenever you want. We talked about this on Friday, but the amount of people that reach out to me about, shorts editing has been popular for a long time, like a popular hustle of sorts. That I still get inundated with, but start getting these like copywriters, like we're trying to write script. This one guy sent me a sample YouTube script he wrote. Honestly, it looks like ChatGPT wrote it. It's barely over a page long, which if you've ever written a script and recorded it on camera, that's like a 2-minute video. And it's the most like surface level nonsense. Like there's no, like I'm almost positive ChatGPT wrote it. Like, come on. Dude, I know how to type in a prompt on ChatGPT. That is no value to me. You're just clogging up my inbox. Jason, I agree. CoffeeZilla, knowledge on legit day traders is limited. Yeah. I don't really expect more from a non-trader, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, I agree. Do you also read books and watch courses about day trading? Or Albert, I just mentioned earlier, I just finished over the weekend Best Loser Wins. It's a great book. Everyone should read it. And I don't, right now I'm not at the point where I need where a course is going to help me so as much. To me, I've proven to myself time and time again that I have good analysis and can take really great trades, but I'm still self-sabotaging on some of my trades by the fear of taking a loss. So that's when I know now it's a mental battle and not like defining an edge or other stuff that you could learn from courses. It's now battle within. Well, I gotta be honest, I do wish, I mean, this is working out fine, but man, NQ, I'd much rather be long on NQ, I think, than ES. Because once NQ gets going, man, it's a nice ride. 40 points up so far in NQ, that's pretty good. ES is, ES is like your grandma's index. So, reliable, kind of. But just gotta move a little slower. Colton, do you have any tips on getting better analysis? I promise finding a system to know when I should be taking trades. It's always the hardest part, right? Is even if you map out levels, it's hard to know when you should take a trade. And it's gonna sound cliche, but screen time really just when you're like, I'm focused on these two indices. That's what I'm looking at every day. Now you start to kind of understand, like for instance, I told you on this wick, when this wick's down and gets bought up, like to me, that's extra bullish. I was already feeling bullish, and since I'm used to these instruments, I'm used to seeing before a breakout, I'm used to seeing I'll call it like a stop hunt kind of a wick like that. Whereas before, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see this popping through view. I've seen this structure before, this pattern. I'll go long right here. I'll keep it nice and tight. If we go below this wick, I'll get out, because then we're going back lower. Guess what? That's old me. I would have sat in this chop and then gotten stopped out and then watched it move from the sidelines. I would have been pissed. It probably would have tilted me. So instead, it's kind of just being really patient. I'm waiting for like one little move like that, and then then striking. And then also I'm sized where, okay, if I take a loss, I lose $150. Not the end of the world at all. Not a big deal. It's not, so making sure you're not over leveraged. So when you see your setup, you don't really have to hesitate too much. You can just enter, and you have to trust your analysis, I guess. And the way you trust it is by at least sitting in front of the charts, marking it out. You could even do just like, if you don't want to actually use real money, you'd be like, oh, I like a long right here. Let's see how this would have played out, And then I'll put my stop here. You don't have to take a trade. You can just do that. And you can watch your analysis play out, and then you can just get confidence that you can trust yourself, YM is your grandma index. Okay, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. T, I'm not on Apex though this morning. This is my own account, so that's why I got to keep it a little more in check. If it was Apex doing two, pulling one off there, valid. But this isn't Apex, so I agree though. I think with the evaluation on Apex, I probably would do two E-minis on ES. Yeah, Orion, I agree. Edge is good, but the hardest thing is to a trader to develop control over their emotions. Yeah. Have you already bought a position? I'm long. Look at this. It says bought MKT1. Bought with a market order, one contract at this level, 52.80.5. Stop loss is there. Take profit is there. Honestly, I did not trade well last week. So I'd love to see this trade play out and just give me that little boost going into this week. It would be great. I mean, so far, so good. I don't know Tori trades, and I don't know how she trades, so no opinion there. Colton, yeah, getting screen time and really, I mean, you do have to execute trades at some point and get like really comfortable doing so. So sometimes you have to put risk on the table. Miguel will not tolerate the YM slander. The real grandma index is the old Rusty Russell. I feel like the Russell is your kid brother, you know? YM's the grandma. Russell's kid brother's trying to tag along, you know? Nasdaq moves like a teenage girl. Oh man. Nasdaq's the hyper kid. ES is the dad trying to hold it all together. All right. That analogy works well too, I think. Nasdaq is the drunk uncle. I might just go for this straight up supply hit. We'll see how things are once we get up there, if we get up there. What's up, Banta? Good to see you on stream. How long are your positions on average? How long? That's a good question. I don't know. Let me see if I can find that out. This might tell me. Average time in market, 10 minutes on long trades, 33 hours on shorts. I don't understand why it's 33 hours. I think something's... Oh, you know why? I think for some reason something's wrong with my trade report, and it showed I had like 2 open shorts or something. So like when I imported it to TradeZella, it's like... it was like saying I'm like down like 9,000 in position. I don't have this open short position it thinks I have, and for some reason I feel like something's wrong with my trade report. But so yeah, I would say between 10 and 30 minutes probably is about average. No, it's not 9K on commissions. No. The commissions aren't loaded in here. All right, so this was the long target I just drew out on stream here. So that would have paid nicely had I taken NQ instead of ES. ES is doing fine. It's just, we already talked about it. I just like to see if that was the best target. I didn't know if I would really get all the way up here to. We have downward sloping trend line before supply. So I wanted to target something. I wanted like a more reasonable target in case we weren't getting a ton of movement. So, but for my sake, since I'm still in this ES long, I do hope we get a nice push up to the top of that. Sub data trader, that happened to you on Motivate too? Phantom position. That's so weird. I don't know what's going on. Super 6, I only have one contract, so no runners for me. Would you want to be featured on Tops of TV? I think I'm gonna go on in April on one day for funsies. So I should have just stuck with NASDAQ today, huh? Profit is profit, but I want to be efficient about it, And I would have already been out of NQ. I won't have to spend more time in the market. Thanks, Rachel. You know what's so funny is people not picking up on like my sarcasm, and if English is your second language, maybe it doesn't make as much sense. In my scams video, I show a fake bank account. Okay, the joke didn't go over well. I understand if you thought it was real. And then I say I shouldn't keep that much in cash, but I'm gonna buy a new house and a Lambo, of course, with cash. Obviously a joke. To me, that's like so obvious. This guy commented, "My guy literally shows what house and Lambo he is gonna get and called any course marketing itself with houses and Lambos a scam." Exactly. But for some reason, he thought I was serious. No, how dense would you have to be to do that whole video and then seriously say, "Here's my house and Lambo I'm gonna buy"? That's so crazy. Oh man. Too late, I already reported you to CoffeeZilla. Bruh, I drive a Subaru Outback that I share with my wife, okay? And it's awesome. Would love to see a collab with Tory Trades to motivate more women that they can trade. Yeah, maybe. Mike, you think it was about your tone in that video? My tone was supposed to be super facetious, like, here's what I don't, like, if you really thought I had that much money in the, like when I did like the bank statement. Hang on. Like, I was trying to make it more obvious. So I put, in my savings account balance, I put, "Suck it, I'm rich." So obviously it was like doctor. That's what I thought. I was like, obviously, maybe somehow I have $4 million in my checking account. But when it says "suck it, I'm rich" in my savings account, obviously I was like screwing with it. Like obviously I was messing around with what was being shown. So that's why I thought it was like obviously fake. But that went over people's heads. That's like my channel is, I I mean, my whole very deadpan, you know, like I guess it doesn't. If you're just stumble upon that video, maybe you're just like a douchebag, you know. You thought I had that much in my bank? No, dude. YouTube does not pay that well. I wish. I wouldn't show it, you know. Bro, if you can't trade, learn to trade. I'm literally like making money in my sweatpants right now, and he says I can't trade. It's funny. Oh, you're projecting your insecurities. Oh, that's okay, dude. We can all learn trading together. Don't feel bad, man. It's hard. All right. Pretty lackluster. Pretty lackluster. If this pulls back to VWAP, would you add contracts? No, because with this account, I can't really increase my risk too much. With Apex, yeah, maybe that's a different story. Apex, I don't just want to add, like, I wouldn't just add to it. I want to feel like extra confident in my position, and you know, I don't just want to add just to add. You know, like I want to feel like the market is confirming my my thesis here. But if you got your money from elsewhere, you don't need even to. I don't have 4 million. That was a joke. I don't have that much money. It's a joke that no one got. That's my fault. My fault. You know, I might take this off early. I don't have it. I like that Tiger Trades. Come on. That's crazy. Doing photography YouTube channel? No way, man. Where can we see your P&L? Well, I would look on the screen where it says profit and loss. I think I am gonna, you know, I don't know if I want to hold for VWAP. I don't really like this. Like how I don't like sitting in like such slow trades, you know. Again, that's why I like a nice NQ. Tag my profit target in a reverse. I don't care. I'm not in the trade anymore. I can now be assessing other setups. So should have just stuck with the old trusty NQ there. All right. I say it's my toxic trade, but if VWAP, if we get another spike below VWAP like that, I'll hop out. We're just, it's just a little too lackluster still. What platform is this? I would look on the screen where it says platform I'm using. I feel like you guys are trolling me. All good. You're probably not used to like someone just putting what their platform is on the screen. All good. Don't worry about it. It's fine. This trade is a massive disappointment. I'm playing Minesweeper, Bradley. This is Minesweeper. Or Minesweeper XL. Don't remember. But, yeah, it's a good one. You should check it out. Ryan, I don't really look at the DOM. I don't look at the DOM at all. I just use it for order entry. That DOM. I mean, I have Bookmap. I have a much more robust DOM there on the screen. All right, I just got tagged out here of this long. Bit of a disappointment. The NQ, it did hit my profit target right there and then reject lower. So I think I shouldn't have cheated on NQ with ES. That was a lesson. My volume profile disappeared. I don't know where it went. I don't know. When I was making this motorway video, I was like starting from scratch on a lot of stuff, and for some reason, volume profile disappeared on me. I gotta add it back. Let's see. I think I was doing this one. I'll just add it like this. Good. Here's ES on Bookmap. We got a little liquidity back in at 52.80.5, which is that area from earlier. So again, if you're bullish, you want to see that hold. And right now, yeah, VWAP and that level are holding so far. So I wouldn't think about not hating going back in along, maybe on NQ this time. Maybe now I should pop over to Apex. Yeah. All right, so now we're in Apex. These are evaluations. 50K. Over here. I missed my entry there, I think. I'll have to wait. See if we pull back and still look good. Yeah. Too far away now. I'd have to just scalp and then, I'd have to pop in and then just trail tightly, which I don't really like doing. Miguel got 50 points on a Dow short. Nicely done. Name done for the day. Nice. Yeah, all videos are edited in Premiere, Steven, yeah. I mean, the 15-minute, I don't love that candle. Very long. I don't want to sit and chop again, but, you know, I think if you can just be really scalpy with this, Evals there, probably carve out a couple hundred. All right, I'm gonna take a stab here. Thoughts on DaVinci? A lot of people love DaVinci. Just depends on how set you are and whatever you're already using. You know, if it gives you good enough reason to switch, or if you're just looking for one to start with, yeah, it's a great program. They've really made it more than just a color grading application, was what it used to be. It's now pretty solid. Sonka, we're in a similar trade. All right, hope we both get paid. For other traders you watch on YouTube, I watch One Option. I'll watch Carmine's videos. I watch trades by Matt when I'm not streaming. That's about it. Why don't you make a streaming bot that answers common questions? Like, how would it work even? Like, would it just read what people are typing and then automatically respond? Or would it have to be command based? I don't know. Oh, Lil Devil says, not sure if it's just YouTube, but your channel never shows as live for me. Does anyone else find that it's not showing me like live? They have to like literally go to my channel, find the video. I think YouTube's a scam, man. Showed for me. All right. How many strategies have you tried? Too many to count, man. Too many to count. See it live on the left when subscribed? All right, good. No notifications though, says Mike. All right. Look at this 15-minute. If we close out like another friggin' doji. Strategy do you use now? I use one of my own making. It's a combination of different things I've picked up over the years. I use supply and demand. Use a little order flow. Just price action. Net positive, Tom. T, I'm already long in Q. Will you ever be teaching us your strat? I don't find it that teachable as a thing. It's like so discretionary. I don't really use Delta, no. How much funding capital do you think to become a full day trader? It depends. There's not even a good answer for that. What's up, Max? Good morning. I wonder what happened to all my freaking indicators and stuff. What percent account do you reckon a day trader should make a year? No idea. I don't know. Yeah, I have the template, Tom, but I don't know. I'll double check stuff after stream. Focus on trading well, not money. Yeah. Maul may need to start trading the edges. Yeah, well, you know, it's too hard to know just what we're going to get out of the day. You know, we're an hour 15 into open. So, yeah, it doesn't seem like we're going to really get anything too exciting to the upside. Just yet, at least. I don't worry about percents, Simon. That's why any like these percent questions, I don't care, you know, which I know is like contrary to how a lot of people learn risk management and everything. Look over on Bookmap here. ES liquidity at 52.80 and a half. Again, got filled. You know, I would like to see more More lots fill in here underneath price. That might feel a little bit better, because I don't really like sitting in this kind of position. More edge in day or swing trading? Depends on the person. Yeah, I don't like this trade anymore. I'm not seeing lots of liquidity above, really, to be honest. Khalid. At least from like a order flow perspective. If you're talking like SMC or something, I don't know. But well, let's see. Came pretty close to my stop there. It's pretty much right at VWAP. Sigma, that's Bookmap. Super 6, I think you have to refresh. I think we got 105 likes. 300 people, so 200 of you don't like the stream. Oh my gosh. What am I doing wrong? This is going to put me on tilt. Thanks, Jeff. Max, it works. The discount works for your entire life of the account. And it works for multiple accounts, yeah. I think if you use the code Dan on Apex, I think they gave me a code. Dan should get you 80% off, I think. Yeah, I don't. Joseph, some streamers saw more people subscribed after they put a live counter on their stream. Could help with likes as well. I'm not that thirsty for it. That's fine. I mean, I don't think anyone cares about like my sub count, do they? Like, does anyone care that I'm closing in on 300,000? I can't imagine you care that much. How's Apex payout work? Well, I haven't been paid out from Apex yet, but basically there's a window at the beginning of the month, a window at the end of the month, where you can request a payout. How am I doing today? Glad you asked.
Feeling pretty good.
Pretty good. Steven. Oh, dang, 300K. I'm going to hit that like button. Exactly. Care about the Bugatti sitting in your garage right now? Jason, if you saw my garage, you would never put a Bugatti in it. The roof leaks and it's so nasty. I keep my car out of the garage because it's nicer out in the elements than it is in the garage. Gotta get that fixed. Oh, you care? I appreciate it, FFs. I would never buy a Bugatti. I mean, I'm not a car guy. I would never spend too much. I would never spend that much money on a car. I'd rather spend on other stuff. Like fixing up the garage so I could put my Subaru in it. T, I hope you're right. NQ gonna pop now? I hope. I'm not like feeling that great about it just yet, but it is a nice like little sweep lower, which I normally like when I'm not in a position. You know, I like to see that sweep lower before the move, before the pop. You know, when I delivered pizzas, I drove a smart car that was wrapped in the pizza shop's like branding and stuff. It's such a terrible car. I feel like I'm gonna get hit on this one. Is 500 gonna hold on NQ? Is 80 gonna hold on ES? That is the question. All right. At 500 now on NQ. I felt like the best place to be is on the sidelines in this nonsense. ES is just a little chop fest. So, Sonka, it's good to know that I feel like while you got paid for doing revenge trading, that it's not the best way to do it. So good to call it a day there. Have a great day. Good luck at the dentist. My strat is simply just to inverse chat. So what I do is I skim like the last 20 comments and then find a consensus and then just do the opposite. That is my current strat, and I'm up about 5,000% on this account. How else do you think I got 4 million in the bank, dude? Oof. I'm like tempted just to cut it, and so I can just reassess stuff and not, just not sit in this. I don't really feel especially. I don't know. I don't feel like uber bullish, but it is, to me, this is like a bullish, what would you call it? Kind of a descending triangle or a wedge or some pennant or something. So that's why I'm staying, is because it feels, that structure feels a little bullish to me. But in general, I really need to see a little bit of momentum. Maybe a little bit more volume would be great. I like your name, Jack to the T's. I say that I would say it on a weekly basis. Back to my entry, finally, after that little detour south of it. Finally, a little bit of green on this one. I don't know if I've seen more than $100 of profit on this trade yet. You watched The Big Short too many times, yeah. I watched that movie maybe like 4 times. I love that movie. It's so well done. Think I should add? It's not the worst idea. Have you watched Dumb Money? Yeah, I watched Dumb Money. It was alright. Who else was like bummed out when America Ferrera's character was like still holding or whatever? Still, it reminds me of like the cult that it formed and how they're like, oh, that wasn't a short squeeze, and I'm like, kind of was though. It shot up to like, what was it, $500 like in the after hours? That's a squeeze, man. I'm sitting in this long right now, guys. You know what? I watched Margin Call maybe a year. So it was kind of, it wasn't, I don't know. I wanted something more from it. Like it wasn't, I didn't love it. Like a lot of people love that movie, but I wanted, it felt like so like kind of like one dimensional in a way. I don't know. Yeah, The Big Short is, I think probably the best movie, covering like, you know, financial stuff in my opinion. Limitless, no. I like The Lion King, the good old one. All right, sure. First talking about, you know, I kind of switching genres completely there, but yeah, sure. Lion King's a good movie. What do you guys think about Finding Nemo? Tom, I didn't read the book, Big Short. Boiler Room I haven't seen. I want to see that one. I don't watch anime Golden. No. Marie, yeah, I'm long on NQ right now. Entered a long time ago and we detoured very close to my stop loss. Something I'm working on as, you know, someone who trades NQ a lot is just going a little bit past where I think my stop loss should be. So I wanted to below 500, and then I wanted to give it a little extra breathing room. So I gave it 3.25 points below 500, and we can see, we dipped below 500 just by 1 point, but I wanted to give it enough room just. So in that case, I think the stop loss placement was pretty clutch there. Now, are we gonna hit my target? I don't know. Because this is an Apex account, I do have to trail. I gotta, I can't give back too much. So I'm still learning how to really do that, because what I've been working on in my other accounts is not trailing so tightly, but because of the intraday, trailing drawdown, I do have to keep this tighter. So it's a bit of a change. The ad there was good. I forget who said ad there, but that would have been nice. Probably would take one off here if I added, and then the stop goes. Probably it's similar to this entry here. So we got to bust above this. I'm getting to the 40s here. Why am I trading Apex? Today just felt like, I took one trade on my other account. But I just want to do, I'm like just trading both, and I just want to make progress on the Apex one. I want to get that evaluation passed. So I don't want to miss my favorite window to trade is like 9:30 to 10. And so I kind of wanted to switch over to Apex and make sure if there's a good setup, I can take it on Apex. So, all right. I'm going to trail now. Don't do it. Keep going. Marie, you have one at Apex and one at Top Step. Nice. Love the daily loss limit of 1K at Top Step. Yeah. Yeah, Golden. Trailing drawdown rule favors quick profit players more than holders. Yeah. Like if you watch trades by Matt trade, he's usually going for like 10-point targets, like just like base hits, as he calls them. And so, I feel like he rarely, is impacted by that. Whereas I'm usually looking for like 40, 50 points. Like what this intro, I'm looking for 40 points off NQ, which obviously takes a lot longer, and there will be some healthy pullbacks, so it can be a little harder for me than to hold. Yeah, it's tricky for me here to figure out how tight to trail. I think I'm gonna, just in case it's a quick reject, I'll go ahead and hop out. Keep going, baby. All right. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, $340 on that one. Yeah, that was, I took some heat on that one. Entered there, came all the way, excuse me, came about 20 points against me. My stop loss was like 21 points, so came like 18 points against me. Held as much as I didn't want to. This is kind of what I am trying to take away from The Best Loser Wins, that book, is be like okay, like be neutral when you're in drawdown, be neutral when you're in the green. Like either way, it's like kind of treating the outcome as neutral no matter what happens, which is very hard to do. But historically, I see this kind of thing, and what most people do, is once they get back to break even, they're like, oh, finally out of all that pain of drawdown, I should take this off and break even. I made it back to zero I don't want to get in the red anymore. You know, they'll convince themselves to get out. But at that point, the market's telling you, I don't know. Like, it's telling you that we just went lower and now we're back higher. Like, as simple as that is, like, if anything, you're looking more correct now than before. So why would you exit? So that's kind of one thing I'm trying to work on. All right, so we're still at the highs on NQ here, which is nice for bulls. Solid trade, yeah. Liquidation margin on any screen. You know, I wanted to actually see if this shows it. It doesn't. Our trader, I have our trader. I gotta log in this morning. I didn't do it, but yeah, I do have to keep an eye on that for sure. Emmanuel, yeah, I tried Carmine's course. The community, as far as like other people, I don't care as much about. But Carmine and Dylan post their thoughts pre-market and intraday, which I love. Like, I have it open on my screen right now, where I can just see what they're thinking too. To me, that was worth every freaking penny. Like, I've been in Discords that are like $150 a month, and I don't have to pay monthly for that, so I love it. I know he changed like the structure of his course and everything, so it's different now. But yeah, it was great. Got a lot of respect for Carmine. He's a great trader. Softy, yeah, I see myself making a living from trading. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I put in all this freaking work and heartache and stuff. Like, whew, you know. You're looking for 95 ES today. I think it's possible. 95. So it's up there at the pivot, and probably correlates with. Okay, a little bit. You want to see a sweep above these highs there. So yesterday, we're chilling around 95s. Okay, yeah. That'd be cool to see ES get up there, and then I wouldn't mind being positioned short at that point. But I feel like by the time that happens, I won't be at the screens. Did you go through any of his videos in the course? I went through all the videos. Yeah, absolutely. I paid for it. I'm going to go through all of them. You have to be a freaking sponge, and you have to put your ego aside and just learn from anybody who you can learn from, and just continue to learn all throughout. You're never going to be done learning. So yeah, absolutely. I watched all the videos. Emmanuel, you quit your job to take trading full time? You worked at Instagram? For real? That is that's quite the leap. Steven, do I get more out of the disc? As kind of a combination of both, Steven. I definitely get a ton out of the Discord every day, and the course was like helpful to like be able to kind of start to see some of the things he sees. Is this course close to ICT? No, it's nothing like ICT as far as I know. It's the basis is supply and demand, and then he's really focused on order flow in his trading for sure. That's like how he spots a lot of his key levels now, and takes some of his trade setups is based just off order flow, really. All right. So let's take a look at these 10 accounts. A third of the way to passing the evals. What else? Let's take a look at my other account too. Oh, there it is. Not a good trading week last week. Chilling at 5,800 on that one. So gave back some profit last week. But these are going pretty well. Ooh. I don't hate that long here. I just don't want to sit in a freaking long trade again. Kind of interesting. Emmanuel, I'm not in an ES position, no. You'll see it on my screen. It's very clear when I'm in a position. Yeah, Steven. I talked about it a little bit last week. MotiveWave trade copier is amazing. And I covered it in my video that's going to come out in the near future. It's really good. You can, if you have like if your lead account's like a $50,000 account, but you also have a $150,000 account, you can multiply it. So, you do 3 times the size on your bigger account. Or if it's a smaller account, you could actually cross trade it to the micros. So let's say if you want to do half the size, you could take 5 micros for every 1 full size mini you take on this account. So it's really good, really solid trade copier. Rachel's my trading coach. Steven, every once in a while, like when I was getting really scalpy with it, I want to say last Thursday maybe, and there was some more discrepancy in between how the trades copied across. So there was like a little lag. If you're doing fast scalping, I guess you will see a little lag, but everything worked well. I didn't ever have to manually close anything out in RTrade or anything like it all. Everything did what it was supposed to do. Someone asked about this. Let me show you. Well, it disappeared now. Oh, here it is. Where is my dashboard? I don't know. I guess you can't see it. It's weird because I have to run RTrader in parallels on this computer, but it shows my trailing drawdown and stuff for the account. Let's see. Can I show you this way? Yeah. So I believe this is what I would look at. The auto liquidate threshold value, 48, 6,092. So it starts at what, 2,500? Is that right? And then I'm up like 1,000. Take a trade the previous on the live account? Lawrence, what do you mean? Like, did I take a trade on that account earlier today? Does Bookmap use arithmetic data? Yes. Oh, yeah, Felix. So with the copy, you're doing the same trade 10 or so times. Yeah, exactly. There's this long playing out, this long scalp. Yeah, exactly. You just trade like you normally do, Like, look at my screen here. Like, I'm just seeing my session PL is $340. That's whatever. That's regular, right? And if you don't think about the fact that it's doing that across 10 accounts, oh, that was $3,400 if it was a, if it was a funded account. So, it's like I think it's a little easier not to be affected by the size, like the dollar amounts or anything. Like going in with, if I went in with 10 contracts on NQ, I'm not at the place at all where I could do that without sweating the whole time. What do I think of it, NinjaTrader? I don't really like it. Not that it's bad. I don't like it. And again, I'm on a Mac, so you have to run it through Parallels or a virtual machine, a VPS or something. I don't. It's not as clean to me as I don't know. It's all right. What's up, Penguin? Got your footprint chart to work? Nice. So with this challenge account, like when I see it, this kind of structure start to form, like I could definitely take that long and just scalp it tight. Like stop goes to break even like instantly, pretty much. So I could take some more scalpy trades where I'm not as convinced of like a greater upside. JM Speedy passed 3 combines of 150K. GG's, JM Speedy. That's awesome. Nice accomplishment. That feels good, I'm sure. Good for you. Best of luck with I assume that's top set. Best of luck with the XFAs. Feel free to take it slow, no rush. Very good though, man. Very good. Anything? All right. I'll stick on stream a little bit longer, but I do have to go on a pee break, so I'm going to do that. All right. I'm back. Gonna miss the Ripper. Oh. Nice VWAP tap on ES and hold. Is NQ gonna get the pop? Let's see. Still want to see us get to 60 here. Here, JM Speedy, you're saying for sure take it slow, reach at least 15K in profits and take 10 out. It might be worth it also to take a smaller withdrawal earlier, because then you'll get your $150 back, and you just lock in that it's really nice to get paid. So the mistake I made on my first XFA was trying to build up the cushion and not, and I think I should have taken an earlier payout. Can I do a second pee break? The market seems to go up when you pee. I'm gonna have to drink a lot more liquids for that, for it to be a legitimate pee break. I know the market makers can see through a fake pee break, so I'll chug some water. We'll see if we can get it going. Lawrence, what'd you say? Oh yeah, the live account. Yeah. I took a trade on it. I took a long on ES. It was a nice long. It was over here-ish, I want to say. 52.80 and a quarter, I think. And unfortunately, I had a higher target, and I stopped out for like less than $100. So I said, F that. I'm trading Apex with, a full E-mini lot of NASDAQ. Not going to goof around with ES anymore. Or something like that. I don't know if that was verbatim, but... Crad, you need 2 more days traded to pass your funded account. Do I have to pay an additional fee to get funded now? Once you pass... To trade to pass my funded account? Do you mean to pass your challenge account? Once you pass your challenge account with Apex, you then have to pay to get the funded account. So you either pay monthly or lifetime of the account. Monthly is like $80, $85, something like that, I think, at least for a 50K. Green boxes, these aren't supply and demand necessarily. The boxes I generally draw are based off like consolidation areas. the lines I do, I'll do single lines, and those will be supply and demand. So 4-hour supply or demand down there, 4-hour supply up there. That's what my supply and demand looks like. And this is just like an area of interest, maybe of previous consolidation and something like that. So that's what that's about. The 30% consistency rule for payouts, it means you cannot have, if you look at your profit, 30% of it cannot come from one trading day. So let's say you have, to keep it really simple, let's say you have $10,000 of profit and you made $3,000 on one day. You have to kind of stay, I don't know if it's 30 on the nose or whatever, but you pretty much cannot have more than $3,000 of profit in one day to maintain that 30% consistency rule. So that's what that means. I am still, I don't know, right now I'm favoring the long side still. Even though it's kind of nasty on the 15 minute, like look at those small body candles, big wicks. Honestly, not surprised. I mentioned that at the top of the stream. It's a 4-day week. Not any news really going to give us any volatility this week. So it's like a tampered expectations, trade smaller size, more limited setups kind of weak. I don't hate this for a long, but again, I don't want to sit in I don't want to see like a little knife down that gets me. I don't want to give back any of this profit. I'm pretty happy with $340. And I don't just want to take like an impulsive trade here, but yeah, so far I'm still feeling the long side. Crowd, you're not allowed to make too much money, correct? Honestly, they don't want to see you like having a windfall trade. They don't want to see you, going long right before FOMC and then getting a trade. They want to see you have a consistent method of trading that's like a repeatable, consistent method. So you don't just have these huge outlier days. And if you do, I think you'd have to, show them how it's still a part of your setup, like they're going to want to see. I think Apex is more scrutinizes maybe the trading maybe more than Top Step. Because Top Step, I don't know if they I don't know what they do. Like when I did withdrawal requests, it was always like really fast. And I don't really remember them ever having a rule about like windfall profits or anything, but I don't know. Tiger trades 4 days this week. Friday is Good Friday. Markets are closed. Again, VWAP is holding on ES, but man, it's just in this little baby range here. Like less than 10 points. Yeah, you're going to get a 3-day weekend coming up. Then the Monday after Easter, I can't imagine that's like a very pumpy trading day. Whenever we have those kind of like 3-day weekends, the next day back, I'm always like pumped to like trade. I'm like, oh yeah, get back in the markets. And a lot of times it's just a shite day. It's just lackluster. And you're just like, I was looking forward to like a good trading day. And I often come back to those overly optimistic and take a loss. So knowing that about myself, I have to make adjustments for that. Do you know if Apex has future plans for another 80% off? I think, well, when does the 80% off end? I can't keep up with it. I don't know. So this is why I didn't want to get long. If I got long like here, maybe felt good in the moment, but then you just get like a little knife lower and then you're sitting in heat. And plus, where do you even put your stop loss in this mess? Does that have to go all the way under VWAP? Not good RR on a day like this. So that's why you have to resist the urge. Anytime you see some structure that you normally like, or some setup, some pattern that you normally like, you have to really zoom out and remember what kind of day the market's having and whether that pattern is likely to play out in this moment. And I don't believe, this is the day to be overly optimistic. You're going to get what you want. So all right. Well, not bad. Not a bad trade. Got a little profit, 17 points. The other trade was also good. Just didn't Didn't really get the follow through I wanted. Here's if you missed my live account, it's live, but it's like my real money account. It's a little messy here. Let's see. Took along at 80.5. Nice boost. It was a perfect entry. Waited for this like little wick lower here on the 1 minute. Got bought up. I went long. Nice boost. And then a retracement, and I stopped out on the retracement. But you can see my original stop loss was, I want to say 77-ish. So we haven't even been anywhere close to my initial original stop loss. So I could have still sat in this, but man, that'd be like such a drain of mental capital, and then I'd be up only like, 3.5 points right now. So, oof, would have been nice to obviously exit at the top. You're never going to be able to time that perfectly. So I'm okay taking that one off, and then going back, then I was able to go over to Apex and be like, trade NQ, make money on NQ instead of sitting in this ES trade. So I'm okay with those decisions, and I feel good starting off the week like that. Gonna wrap up the stream here. Let's see. Can you pass the day pass on Apex even if you have a funded account? If yes, can you tell me how? Like, can you do a 1 day pass in Apex even if you're funded? Yeah. I don't really know what you mean, but I don't know exactly what you're asking, Daniel. Like, yeah, you can pass in 1 day if you make enough money in the day on that account. It doesn't matter if you're already funded. As long as you don't have 20 accounts, you can still buy another one and trade it and try to pass it in 1 day. Okay. Thanks for all hanging out. 400 of you. Appreciate it. I'll be back on tomorrow, 8:20 Central Time in the morning, and we'll see what the market gives us. If you continue to trade, just be mindful. This is pretty choppy, lackluster. So try to keep as much money in your wallet as possible. But that's all for me. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.